Hello, let's get this started. This is episode 9, and I've been working on getting this to like an actual stream level, and I am just fighting audio issues. And I think it's because I've never set up like a stream setup before, so I'm just using an SM57 that I'd usually use on like acoustic guitars, and I just set it at the corner of my desk, and that's how I'm talking. And then now we're doing some instruments, and I'm like, oh man, it is really brutal with the trying. You'll hear. I haven't ironed it out yet. I think maybe the answer would have to be like a second interface, or I don't even know. Maybe like a gaming headset that's just like a one USB, and that could be its own thing, and I could just talk through that. But I like these headphones, so I don't really want to use that. I would prefer like a standalone mic. But I'm just using like a little Scarlett 2i2. I think this is like the generation 2, but I've bought all 3 generations and I've used the first 2. Oh, the other one was a gift I sent to a friend, but I love the thing. Knock on wood, if this one craps out, I'll probably buy another. But it's looking like maybe it's like an input thing, or maybe it's just different devices. Might be the best way to go. I'm not really a stream expert. I don't know these things. So we're gonna go ahead and roll along. This one's just gonna be unlisted today. I'm gonna see. This is another fear I had, was the internet. How bad the internet's going to be. So we're just going to give this a shot today. We're going to see how rough it is. I might decide maybe we'll write more with MIDI if it's really bad. But I figured we would give it a shot. Oh, here is our project. And I did do a little bit of work on a template. And I did have a reference track for this one with something new. Dun, da, da, da. It is actual video. There it is. So I have some video, just me and my dad shot on a trip we took, and I just edited it together. It's like one of those Insta 360 cameras you'll kind of see. So it's kind of neat because you can flip it around and stuff. And I edited it to just like a temp track, something that I just kind of like the vibe of. And so now we're going to go in and actually add some music that's a little bit more curated. It could be like a little bit more like on the dot of like, okay, we're going up a hill, and now the energy is kind of rising. So audio issues aside, let's go ahead and just kind of look at the roadmap I painted here. I'm not actually going to use the reference track. I don't want to put it on the internet. I don't think that's fair. But I did take just the basic like skeleton of it, and I just said, okay, like these are kind of like the sections and where they hit. They're making sense. So like an intro, just some sound over there or whatever, something, just something simple, and it busts into like the first, and boom, now we have an acoustic and drum kind of section, like an acoustic guitar, just kind of playing a thing, some simple drums, and we go along, and then now we get into the chorus. So the chorus could be electric, and see how, since that transitions a little bit before the chorus would hit on the bar, we can have something transition, especially because we did do this little tunnel scene, so maybe it could be like a rising action. So we're going to try to actually score this to the video, but we're going to be using more like contemporary instruments. We're going to be using like rock geared instruments. We're kind of going for like a chill rock vibe on this one. And then verse 2A, bass and drum. And verse 2B, like the first, meaning the acoustic comes back in. There is a bridge which changes, but I believe the verse and chorus can be the same. It's really just the layers added. And then we have now the bass is coming in, and then we go back to the chorus, which is the electric element to it. And then there's a new verse with the electric side on the verse. So like the second verse varied by having like just the bass and drums for the first couple bars, and then dropped into the rest. The third verse is just full electric. And then it goes to a little solo. Now the electric has been introduced over the verse to the bridge. And the bridge kind of just builds, but in a different light. So it's like, okay, now that we already have the guitar solo, when we went down to the bridge, we're coming back up, adding a little bit of guitar and a little bit of synth. We hit that last chorus, and then we have just a little bit of an outro just to wrap it up. And it was just some video of this dude paragliding. The frame rate is freaking out on here. I might have to figure that out. And then just a bomb, just a stinger. A nice way to end it. And so what we're really looking for here is just kind of a riff, something that we can use for the verses and the choruses. We're looking for ideally a bass line and a guitar line that could fit over it well. That way we could start filling. This in a little bit and just say, okay, this is kind of what we're looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. We'll go back to the mixer, and I'll show you what I'm working with. Like I said, it's been very rough with the input of the bass playing at the same time as the actual track. So just be prepared for that, and then we'll take a look at the template. So let's start at the start. So let's go ahead and turn on the metronome. So I had one in mind. So if I did that faster, I would be very fast. That might be too fast. Make it something in that range. All right, all right. So let's go ahead and count in from the intro, and then we'll see if we can get this down. Okay. Feels it. Okay. Nope, bad timing. Bad timing. Let's give it a practice shot here. Let's call it there. So I liked the chorus more than I liked the verse for that one. So let's go ahead and cut it out. All right, and we'll butt that right up the end, just for looping sake. I think that's too slow. I don't think it's gonna work. Maybe even like just staccato, like. Let's see if that reaches the tempo. Okay, we can get a little fancier with it. Let's see. I'll bring my video in. How about that? We'll see. I didn't realize I was on the other one. But yeah, I'm not entirely sold on this. I'm not loving it to the degree I need to move on, I think. Rhythmically, I like the chords. Well, shoot. Let's see if we can start with the guitars. So this is also going to be interesting because I can hear myself speaking in this, and I also need to move the microphone towards me. So this may be a little funky, but just bear with me. You know what? I might even be doubling up my voice. So maybe we do this move. We turn off the room mic, and we'll see what the volume looks like. Again, this is we're figuring it out together here. Let's see. Does that sound better? Does this just sound better? I can't even really tell the difference. Okay. Who knows what's going on with these things? I'm going to turn it on just for safety's sake, since we can't really tell anyways. So here is the progression that I was going to go against that. So it's E, G, D, C. And the chorus. So this is kind of what I was thinking. Something like that. And in case you can't fingering, it's just it's like the root and then the third above the octave with the low, and then plays pretty much the whole time. And then I'm doing G. If you can't get that B on there, it's nice. Just as a double up. This pinky is just muting this E. And I was going up to. And then I was doing a C. That's kind of like what a G would be. So you're just grabbing that and open here. So and then your C B C B for that little part. I like that. I keep letting off that A when I'm trying to go for the B. Like that. You know, I'm actually capturing. It's a little bit distant, so it's going to be a weird sound, but I'll play with that. We'll see. Like I said, nothing is cemented on this one. I'm just kind of getting the idea. So, as a matter of fact, I'll even go back on here and let's Let's bring our bass back. We'll move it to the chorus though. Then we'll go back here and let's try from the top. All right, we are back. Another interruption. This is going to be a problem. All right, let's see. All right. We're working with something just about in this ballpark. Go ahead and tighten up the. I don't know what it is. The boom angle. And let's go ahead and see if our levels are going to be blaring. Yarn. All right, get ready for it. I'm turning it down. All right, that'll do. It's kind of tricky. Let me see if I can, back it up a little more, and then I'm going to try to catch the click and keep that rhythm on my hand when I jump in. Let's see. I got a weird accent on there. Why can't I just play the guitar? Probably end up recording these because I did not get All right. No matter what you say about that first one, this one, this one will need to be tuned. I don't pick up this one unless I'm layering it with the others generally. Everyone's favorite segment. Oh my gosh. Let's see. This is a Nashville tuned guitar. what it is an octave above the regular guitar, except for the B and E string. Those are standard. It's kind of a funky tuning. But what it does do is it gives you a very cool soloing range if you want to do some like higher stuff, since everything basically from 0 to 12 0 to 12 is already an octave up. So if you do go above the 12, then you're going 2 octaves up, as long as you're not going to the very highest string. So you kind of get like a little bit improved range from that. Oh my gosh, next time I tune before we stream. Holy crap. Get a grip. Sitting here thinking about trying to get it to match the previous track. Alright, it's gonna settle down below the tuning anyways. And I did a number on this one. The way you can get a natural tuning is you buy a 12-string set of guitar strings, because the 12 strings are also tuned in octaves, and you just use the octave ones on E, A, D, G, and then you use the regular ones on the B and E. So all that is typical. So you kind of get this interesting, I would say it's even like fairy-like or something, like dream-like. It's this interesting timbre, and it pairs really well with a regular old guitar, but we're going to see if the tuning is going to kill this thing. Like that. I think we can use it. Let's give it a shot. But this one, I think we do move the mic a little further away, and we get some like indirect sound on it. I'm fighting so hard just to have a normal setup. So let's do this one from our typical spot where I like to talk. I would love if this could be a reasonable effect to apply. And our gain's a little back up. Let's see if we're peaking. Beautiful. Let's run this thing. Already rough. And then also, I want to boost this because I cannot hear it over my current take. there's something to it. And we'll go Nash guitar. So let's go ahead and give it one more shot. Oh my goodness, it was right. I do want to arm it. Let's see how it sounds. Okay. So let's run through the template that we're working with real quick. Maybe even pull this up over there. Let's see. So we have our actual video source. I have the volume all the way off for that one. We're considering doing a vocal, of course, an acoustic guitar, the Nashville guitar. We're looking at having an electric guitar, then like a more specifically like a solo guitar, and then for these, let's keep that tuner around. So for the electric guitar, we're running a Guitar Rig 6 instance. There it is. And pretty simple, just running an amp to a cab. Haven't really played with it a lot, just getting something that'll work. But AZ box, we're just using like a 212 British. Let's go to the solo guitar. This one we have quite a bit of distortion on. We're using a noise gate, some fuzz, fire seeker, which is just all part of Guitar Rig, EQ, and then a little bit of reverb. And that's all that's really running on this one. And there still could be like gates and more compression and stuff like that, but we haven't really touched almost anything. Then we're looking at the bass. Again, Guitar Rig. I do have my own rig that I play live with. So I'm considering maybe doing that and trying to do maybe like a direct out, so I get some like at least like the head EQ. I run a GK Neo 4. Oh gosh, it's like an older one. What is it? It's the Microtubes 900, and it's like the first gen of it. Pretty simple setup, and it's worked for me really well. I just don't particularly want to like mic the big cab in my apartment, and if I go as like a direct out, that could work, but I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. We'll play with something on this one. Just get a good default setting that I could use, especially in the future, just because I haven't really played a lot with it. I've generally just gone on, and you can see it's a noise gate, it's some saturation, the rest of this is off, and then this is a split, so I'm splitting the frequency and from one path and another. So this one's scooping all of the high notes out, is just the lows, just compression. It's going to a bass amp, can hit with more compression, and then the other side is the high end with all the lows rolled off. It's noise gate, distortion, noise gate, the guitar amp, and then another noise gate, and then another EQ. Just trying to cleaning it up as much as possible. And then of course they're blended. It's very light on the distortion side. Likely this distortion side will come down a little bit, and then the blend could be a little greater. But this is what we're running at the moment. And then we're doing some drums. I have a couple different kits in contact. I like this one. Let's see, Any Day Now drums. Don't be shy. There we are. So we're just using Abbey Road Modern Drummer. We're using the alt rock kit, I should say. So super simple. So I think it's pretty reasonable just off the bat. We will be bussing this out. We'll be taking the outputs of each of these and sending them to their own channel and giving them their own processing. But just for the writing side, we're trying to keep it simple. We'll just probably be just doing MIDI. And then auxiliary drums is kind of like little sounds. It's like maybe like a second kick. It's just giving it a little bit more detail to it, or maybe for like the second bridge, the second half, when it starts to go a little more synthy, maybe we'll switch it out, or maybe this will be a good way to like run this through the verse, and then the chorus has other parts of the drum set, the actual drum set. And then for this one, let's see here. We are running, I don't even remember which kit this is. Oh, it's the Ageless kit. That's crazy. That's got to go. And this shaker we're probably not going to use just because it's synced to a tempo, and I'm not a big fan of doing that. We have a tempo match. I'm just like, come on, man, what the heck? And let's put these together. That's right, that crazy. It is such a silly one. We're gonna go and put that there. Even that's not bad. Oh, probably because the regular drum's on. I was like, what the heck? Perfect. Maybe more like. And we got some sound effects. You saw this in the previous one. I'll more than likely just be pulling just some of my favorite samples. Just something that was just like, how could you be mad at that? But that's pretty much what this sound effects is there for. And then we do have a little synth. We haven't really gotten married to anything yet, and I have a couple different options for synth. But we're just playing with this one. It's from a preset. We played with a little bit, just try to give it a little bit more of a better tonality to be like a soft synth in there. We did use a pad setting, and we're kind of using it like a lead, but it's essentially a pretty quick release. So, and my idea with this one was I wanted so if you hold a note, it feels like it's just cresting above, and we could use this, basically like pairing with something, so it feels like something's just kind of breaking over. But and then it has decent low range. Don't think we'll be using it. I think it's something like that. But that is kind of the template that we're pulling from to kind of draw this out. And we don't really have any crazy rhyme or reason behind any of the sections. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of find a place to loop in. So let's say it's there. We're doing these loops. It would be, that's something to fix. This one, and then the bridge would be changed. Intro, bass line, acoustic drum. Let's see what happens. say we take. Oh, how much is it? Even something like this. Nah, maybe not. Kind of sucks. What if we take this? I don't know. But the drums would come in here with the acoustic, so. We're getting the idea. We're figuring it out. But let's go ahead and turn this on. Okay. Gosh. All right. And we're just going to try to put down a bass line. And we're just doing it MIDI. I meant drum line. Well, you know, you can't win them all. And this will be repeated for this. And something like that for that one. Where are you? My MIDI, my MIDI. Oh, I had to pin this to see the track names. There we go. I'm gonna say that. It's just a little early. That's all it was. Wow. You can really hear where the strikes don't line up. So I think now that we're kind of getting a little bit more of the idea of this together, what the next step would be, because I'm not hating this tune so far, would be let's take the drums, let's quantize them, let's make it perfectly on the grid, and that is my new metronome. And those guitar strikes gotta land on that snare, because that is driving the ship and it is crashing the car whenever it misses. That don't work. So I think that's going to be like the most important. And then with the bass line, I really had a hard time finding where to accent. Like was I doing like a do do dee do 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 dee do 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 dee do 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 dee do, or was I doing do dee do dee do dee do dee, or and I even tried the ba 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 ba, just all downstrokes. So I think this is kind of giving a little bit more definition. Like maybe I could be like, sorry. Harder on those, and this one, yeesh. But it, like have it like okay, now we're following this like I don't know. We'll have to play it out. But I'm liking where it is going so far. Let's see if we did some auxiliary drums, and then we'll jump back for some cymbals. This intro is brutal. That is. I don't even know what to say about that. That is mind melting bad. Got me again. Fun to do like a halftime period. It's like way too present though. Well, if we're just going to copy the dang thing, let's just copy the dang thing. And of course, when the time comes, we could do the same edit. Super easy. You know what? I will need to do my little trick though. So let's say we're moving this one as well. the same trick. But this time we're going to leave it be on the chorus. Actually, we're going to do even worse. We're not going to leave it be. Oops. Oops. There we go. Okay, I feel like that gives a lot more energy. It was very rainy this morning before we went out, and it was very slick. We have made it over this exact obstacle before. It was not happening this time. And let me actually go ahead and unplug the base, because I think we're getting pretty close to wrapping on this one. The big picture today was to get and I'll stop, put my foot on there so I stop bumping stuff. The main idea today was just kind of get a picture of what is this track going to look like. And this is actually my second attempt doing this. The first one, I just wasn't very happy with the result. I ended up throwing it in the trash. It'll live the rest of its life in some, I don't even know what to call it, some hardware jail on my external hard drive. But I'm pretty happy with where we are with this so far. I'm not too upset about it. The timing is atrocious. The intro needs a lot of work. But I think this is going to represent the video pretty well. Let's bring that bass back down better. Real low key. Let's go ahead and grab the electric guitar. Again, you're going to get some input on this, so just bear with me. Let's see what we're working with for that chorus. That. See if I go a little chunkier, like. And with all these open notes ringing out, I actually have a trick for this, but of course it's going to cost me bumping around my mic, which usually does not cause me any problems, But today will be the bane of my existence. Let's see. Maybe not that bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and tie this on there. And it's just a mute. Let's try it again. Follow the chords better, so let's do it. That is insane. That is so funny. It is actually the same thing. So. So then we're going to go to the D. I think that's what I was playing before. It'd be the closest. Okay, I kind of like that. Can't do that one. Let's see. So we're going to the G. Where's the best way to hit that? Not that. That's going to be the hardest part for me, I think. Let's give it a shot. We're going to open this up one more time. Let's go ahead. Wow, timing is awful. Awful on that. My bad. We're going to try one more time just for the glory. And I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here for today. So let's see what we can do. I don't know if that was any better. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Boy, it's not gig ready, that's for sure. I'm into this. I'm here for the concept. I'm almost considering doing this one in MIDI and then just like at the end going back over and recording the final takes. I just don't want to get into too much of the mixing and the like effects. But that might be a better way to go because I'm really feeling like speeding this up just a little bit because some of the chorus, I don't know how it's gonna work down the line, but I know like the chorus here I feel like could hit a little earlier, and if it was just a faster riff, that'd be an easy way to get there. I don't know if that would betray the rest. But we got a little bit done here. It's not nothing, that's for sure. Sorry, let me see if I can make these a little bigger for us. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can't. What the heck? Huh. Well, typically, how weird. why it be like that. Sometimes, or usually, when I press that key, it'll all come. Oh, you know what? I bet I can do it from over here still. Yep. Maybe that one just collapses everything. But anyways, I'm pretty happy with that idea. I think we have a good starter setup for this. It's a clear acoustic part, a bass line that makes sense with it. The easiest drums in the world. I did not touch the cymbals on this, but I mean, it's nothing crazy. Hard to even keep up with whatever the heck the timing is, but yeah, some simple is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe on the verse to do a nice little ride, chorus with, you know, I don't know. We'll have to play around with it, but yeah, just something to keep it easy, just to keep it moving. And I'm a fan of how the auxiliary drums are adding on with this. I think the layering is working. I do think there would be something to be said about having it slightly different rhythmically than the drum kit, just kind of give it the right timbre. So we'll see about how that's going to happen, whether that's going to be through playing it enough times or moving things around a little bit. But let's check the stream. It says we're still going. So this one, I have it as unlisted at the moment. If it's not awful, like the audio is unbearable, and I just keep shaking the camera and bumping the mic, you know, if it's reasonable, I think I'll switch it to like something that other people can see, and then make this the official. If not, we'll just try it again, and I think we're just gonna go. Well, I did a lot of progress. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Maybe we'll make it a part 2. But we'll figure it out. I'll have to go back and just kind of watch this and figure out what I think about it. But until then, thanks for sticking around. I always appreciate it, and let's go ahead and call it a day.